everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Dee, aka The Messy Perfectionist. I am new to the adult coloring game, and I just wanted to share with you guys this beautiful resource by Sarah Renee Clark. It is her color catalog. I do have both of them. I'll link them below, but these have just helped me advance my coloring so much. And I just wanted to show you how I use the color catalogs as I'm learning to get better with my coloring. So here you can see that there is some categories. So she's got this interactive PDF, and I have both volumes. You can search by color. So if you're feeling a certain vibe, you can search by keywords. So if you're looking at a certain picture or you're feeling a certain way, and you can also look by collections, and this is the collections. So I love this. I think this is so well put together. It has helped me so much with picking color palettes and limiting color palettes to just make my art better. I am not an artist. I am a DIY kind of girl, and I figured I could use all the help that I could get as I have discovered how many beautiful adult coloring books that there are. And you can see in front of me there's Enchanted Forest, and I get to flip through on that in another video, but here I just wanted to show you. So I purchased her bundle, and along with that came the color catalog companions, and this one was for Prismacolors. So as you see on the iPad, I have palette 140. On this side, that shows the coordinating Prismacolor number. She has an asterisk next to ones where it's still the same color, maybe different pressure or blending. I have also found that I will use those colors and then also try to find something that I think is closer to that color and add that. But you import this PDF into iBooks. So you can see I added the numbers for the Prismacolor pencils right there on the iPad. So I'll put that aside for now. My little pen is not working. I need to get it charged up here. All right. So this is a recent page that I did, and I really like the way this one came out. So what I did was I picked a few palettes that I liked. I wrote them down. I added the colors and then used some of those from there. I was printing them all out before as I was using them, and then I said, you know what, I'm just going to save printer paper and reference, and then just keep like a sheet of paper from a notebook there. But I will go ahead and show you in a minute here what the printouts look like and how I also use them there. All right. I put notes on the top of what I'm feeling, either colors that I'm in the mood for, or for that instance, that was what I wanted to do for that page. So I go ahead and I'll like write that, and then I kind of look through the color catalogs and try to find something. So as you can see here, I used color palette 448, and that was a printout, and I had that already printed out. So I used this one. I got some other ones in here. And that you can see I have marker on the bottom of it, and that is because I had another piece that I used. I will go ahead and I'll add markers or whatever I'm using to the palettes to kind of have that reference. That is something I learned, and I can't believe I never did before. I would just look at the barrel of a colored pencil or a marker and just assume that that was the color and go to town. And then I realized you should really swatch your pencils or markers or whatever, because 90% of the time they do not match the barrel. Okay, so I wanted to show some of the other coloring books I have. I have quite a few. I say quite a few. I have like 4 or 5. I'm new. Like I said, I'm kind of new to the coloring game. Let's see. Okay, so that one's Mythographic Magical Earth. And I love this. I love that they're one-sided pages, so I kind of tend to use this book as my marker book, because I learned the hard way coloring in my Daydreams by Hannah Carlzone that they bled through the pages to the other side, and I was really sad about that. So here's an example of using the color palette for this. You can kind of see those hues and tones in the page. And like Sarah Clark always says about our color catalogs, this is not meant to limit you. It is meant to help you if you're feeling blocked or you have something in mind. You can definitely add to your color palette. You do you. Here's another one that I did. And I don't know, I have mixed feelings about this one, honestly. I don't love it. It didn't come out, the way I wanted. So my name, The Messy Perfectionist, how did this come up? Because half the time when I'm doing a project that's crafty or arty or whatever you want to call it, I have an intention for it to start out one way. And then it ends up a different way. And sometimes things get messy before they look good. And I think that happens a lot with art. And that's what makes art so awesome. So to the side, you can see these were just the palettes that I used for this piece. I have a set of alcohol markers that were neutrals, and I used them as the base and then went over with pencil. Like I said, I don't know how in love with that picture I am, but I'm new. I'm new to this advanced, or whatever you want to call it, coloring game. So this is Daydreams by Hannah Carlzone. And I really like this book too. So this I did not use a color palette with. What I did use was watching one of Sarah Renee Clark's videos. And I just watched her color this. So it's pretty much her color palette that she used on her video to help me advance my coloring. So I figured if I could watch and see what she's doing, I think I could, get a better handle on it. So that's what I did there. This was my first coloring in this book, and I think you can really see the difference between that and this. So yeah, and this was also what I used my alcohol markers on, and it bled through my pages. Made me so sad. It's not terrible. It's just, one of the first. Yeah, this was another one that I did, and I kind of just didn't focus a lot on this one. You can see it's not burnished very well. But I like the colors, and I did use a color palette for this one, and I'll show it to you guys. So I used this one also for this, and I think there was another one that I also used, but I can't seem to find it, or remember, I should say, which one it was. Oh, my nails match too. I am feeling neon-ish colors lately, as you could probably tell between my nails and the jellyfish. Trying to flip through. I think it was, like I said, I used to print these and then decided I don't need to do that. I've got the color companion printed out, and then I can just use notebook when I am grabbing my pencils. Have anything else in here? Haven't done much in this book. Okay. See, is there anything else that I wanted to show you guys? Okay, yes. So this palette just gave me all the library feels. So I went ahead and grabbed my Kirby Rosanes Worlds Within Worlds book and really wanted to do this page in this palette. This is an amazing book and also very intimidating. So here's one that I did. Okay, so that was my very first one that I did in this book, and I think it's terrible. When I did it, I thought it was good, but now that I'm learning how to do advanced shading a little bit more, I can really see, which is nice because I can see my progression. I did that one too. I never really finished that. I wasn't sure what to do, and I didn't do a lot with the shading on that either. Very intimidated by this book. Kirby Rosanes books are very detailed, but here is the waterfall library picture. I just love this, and I do like the way that this came out very much. I think I posted this one even on my Instagram page. I don't post all my colorings on my work on Instagram. So yeah, as you can see, the colors in there, I kind of wanted to pick up those, you know, dark library colors. Let me see if I can find the other palette, because I wanted the shelves like that dark brown, and I wanted the brown earthy tones, but I also wanted some of the books to pop. And I'm looking here for the palette, but I don't know. We'll see if I find it. I did a voiceover for this one because there's a lot of things happening in my house this morning. I say a lot of things. I have a 4.5-year-old, so she has the TV on, and I'm doing morning coffee and all that stuff, and I figured it was easier. So this was the other one that I picked, and I just really liked these two together. And I liked those yellow tones to do highlights, and then the blues for the water. And again, I'm sure I used another tone in there, or probably another tone. But yeah, I used my Prismacolors, and let me see, it was my Signa Jelly Roll. What are they called? Signa. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Uniball Signo white gel pen for the highlights on the water. I really like the way this one came out. So that's that for that at the moment. This was one of the recent ones, and some of the color palettes that I used. Well, these are the color palettes that I used for this picture. So I flip through the iPad. I find things that speak to me based on kind of what I'm seeing for the picture. And I swatch out the pencils and write the number. So this is how you can use the color catalog by Sarah Renee Clark to help you along with your decision making and your coloring. If you can also, you know, look on Pinterest and get inspiration that way, of course. But I'm very crafty, and I'm always doing something craft related. And I loved this color catalog. I debated getting it for quite a while before I actually purchased it. And it just made my life a lot easier rather than looking for all these references. There's a lot of reference photos in there. This is another one that I have started yesterday, so I haven't gotten very far. And as you can see what I do is I pick my color palettes that I feel like I like, and then I pull those Prismacolor pencils out so that I can take that with me rather than the whole giant box of 120 pencils. If I go downstairs, like my craft table is upstairs. And I was really feeling like spooky season autumn vibes for this. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that one necessarily, because I started looking at another page before I decided to go ahead and just color this one since I've been wanting to color it. So I used those palettes, and then you can see I also added some other colors that I had maybe potentially wanted to use. So I swatched them out and decided which ones I would use along or potentially use along. I knew I needed some greens and yellows and blues. I wanted the purples and the pinks and possibly some oranges. I'm not sure. I want the oranges. I kind of want to do those leaves and like orangey yellow. We'll see. But yeah, so I just started that. I haven't gotten very far in it, but I like the way the little doorway has come out. Little raspberries or blackberries, I guess. And the best thing I heard as I'm learning this was from another adult coloring creator. And she had said that she felt like every art piece has an ugly phase. And I find that so true. So if you're starting something and you don't love it, don't give up on it. Just keep going. Everything you do is going to teach you more and advance you. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of your time. I am new to this channel. If you enjoyed this content, please give me a like, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell. And I plan on having more content as it comes along. I do have another YouTube channel, and I can link that below, and that's more my health journey. And I figured I'd start a channel for my artwork as well. But with that said, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will be talking to you guys later. Bye.